हेलो एंड वेलकम टू बट्टा फास्ट। मैं हूं अमर नकवी और आज जो हमारी किस्त है उसका आगाज हम एक फुटबॉल की स्टोरी से करेंगे। बट घबराइए मत, अगर आपको फुटबॉल नहीं पसंद या उसके बारे में कुछ नहीं पता, रियली नॉट दैट इम्पोर्टेंट। तो 2001 में इंग्लैंड में एक मैच था मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड और मैनचेस्टर सिटी के दरमियान। और दोनों टीमें, जैसे नाम से जाहिर हो रहा है, एक ही शहर से ताल्लुक रखती थी। और स्पोर्ट्स में, फुटबॉल में, जब भी एक ही इलाके की दो टीमें होती हैं तो अक्सर उनकी बड़ी जबरदस्त राइवलरी होती है, और इन दोनों टीमों की भी थी। बट इस टाइम पे जो यंगर लोग देख रहे हैं शायद उनको इसका इल्म ना हो, बट सिटी यूज्ड टू बी लाइक अ जोक लाइक इन दिस एरा। लाइक एक था बैक इन द डे, 60-70 साल पहले अच्छी टीम थी, आई थिंक यूएफए कप या कुछ जीता था ये वो। बट आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उनका जवाल आया था। एंड एट द टाइम जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, उस वक्त कुछ ही साल पहले रेलीगेट हुए थे, इस सीजन के बाद फिर से रेलीगेट होने वाले थे। दे बेसिकली सक्ड, दे वर अ लाफिंग स्टॉक। दूसरी तरफ यूनाइटेड दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा क्लब था, both in terms of like money and fan base, but also at that time in terms of success. They just won the treble in '99, really, really famously. Won a bajillion Premier Leagues. सब कुछ जीत रहे थे ये वो, and they had a great team. और उनके कप्तान थे रॉय कीन। और रॉय कीन ने उस मैच में सिटी के खिलाफ ही गोज इन दिस क्रेजी टैकल, उड़ते हुए फ्लाइंग किक, कराटे स्टाइल। और सिटी के एक डिफेंडर था आल्फ इंगा हालैंड, और हालैंड के घुटने पे इन्होंने ये हमला किया है, उसके like, टांग तबाह बर्बाद हो गई। एंड इट वाज अ रियली हॉरिबल टैकल, स्ट्रेट अवे रेड मिला। बट बैक देन भी राइट, लोगों ने कहा भाई ये राइवलरी गेम्स, डार्बी गेम्स में ऐसा होता है, और ये टेंशन पैशन आर हाई, ब्ला ब्ला। Anyways, as I said, City is relegated. They did lose this match as well. But that summer, Haaland and his wife, who's also an athlete in the heptathlon, they have their second child. And we see this child has all these athletic genes and upbringing and whatever. And City and United go on their separate ways. United continues winning everything. City is a joke. But then those are art may they've come back into the Premier League. They're little bit fun. They get a new stadium, then they get a new owner, then they get a country that buys them. 2012 में फाइनल जाके वो लीग जीतते हैं। 2016 में they get the best manager of the era, Pep Guardiola. They win 5 leagues in 6 years. And near the end of that absolute domination, or a sport pay, United has been a terrible team for like almost a decade. Alf-Inge Haaland's son, जिसका नाम I'm sure a lot of you might know, Erling Haaland, is this like सुपरह्यूमन साइबॉर्ग स्ट्राइकर। एंड नाउ वो सिटी के लिए खेलना शुरू करता है, और पहली दफा जब सिटी और यूनाइटेड का मैच होता है, ही स्कोर्स दिस क्रेजी हैट्रिक। सिटी डिस्ट्रॉयज यूनाइटेड 6-3। और ये मतलब इस चीज को कितने 15-20 साल लगे पूरा होने में, मगर इसमें सही वाइब है वो, गैंग्स ऑफ वसेपुर वाली, बाप का, दादा का, भाई का, सबका बदला लेगा, लाइक दैट लेवल of comeback in this, of revenge in this. ये कहानी on its own of Haaland, the father and the son, is really amazing and unique and beautiful. But जब आप इसको इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में डालते हैं, जो यूनाइटेड और सिटी की राइवलरी, एक राइवलरी जो मतलब 100 साल से ज्यादा से चलती आ रही है, और उस वक्त 2001 में जब फुल बुलियिंग, क्रूल, डोमिनेंट यूनाइटेड था, और उस वक्त लग रहा था कि मतलब यार कितना जलील है सिटी, और किस तरीके से उसको हलवाड़ा जा रहा है। और फिर the way Haaland kind of absolutely metaphorically destroys them और अपने बाप का वो बदला लेता है. It's a great story on its own, but in the context of the fact कि ये कि rivalry game में हुआ, और वो rivalry पहले से भी जिंदा थी, अभी भी जिंदा है, that's what makes this into like art, into like literature. So rivalries are like one of my favorite things about sports, but I also believe that they're really at the heart of what makes sports special. और आजकल मैं rivalries के बारे में बहुत सोच रहा था, क्योंकि हाल ही में रोहित शर्मा एंड विराट कोहली की एक more or less अब रिटायरमेंट मुकम्मल हो चुकी है. I could be wrong, but basically, out of like the big names, Rohit was the last player who had played a match in Pakistan. उसके बाद से 2008 के बाद से किसी ने नहीं किया है. And Kohli was one of those last who had played a bilateral games against Pakistan, and obviously that hasn't happened in a decade. And पाकिस्तान इंडिया की जो क्रिकेट रिलेशन है, और वो मैदान के बाहर जो सारी चेंजेस उसमें आती रही हैं, उस पे मेरा इरादा है एक अलग से 17 घंटे की वीडियो करने का. बट आई वांटेड टू स्टिल एक्नॉलेज दैट ओवर हियर, बिकॉज वही जैसा कि मैंने कहा, जब ये दो खिलाड़ी रिटायर होने लगे, सो टू मी इट रियली मार्क द एंड ऑफ एन एरा. Kohli and Rohit grew up watching India be, like the weaker side or not as good a side, and the team that they played for became totally dominant. But अब जो खिलाड़ी आ रहे हैं, एक तो they haven't really seen regular matches against Pakistan. They don't really have that history either. Or, the Suryakumar Yadav, the Indian captain, was asked about this, and he said, I have a quote right here: 13-1, 10-1, I don't know what the stats are, but this is not a rivalry anymore. और इसके बारे में मैं सोच रहा था कि कब खत्म होती है या कैसे खत्म होती है एक राइवलरी, राइट? और right now, after this Asia Cup in particular, like, not just after this Asia Cup, I would say since like the Champions Trophy and hybrid, and obviously the war that these two countries had, like, we've entered this really bizarre kind of space. And मैं ये एक्सप्लेन करना चाहता हाउ बिजार इट इज. और मुझे फिर याद आया, मेरी ददियाल में एक बहुत टॉक्सिक ट्रेट है कि हम, छोटे बच्चों को हम बहुत ट्रोल करते हैं. और मेरे एक चाचा थे, उनको आदत थी कि वो अपना ऐसे हाथ बढ़ाते थे और वो कहते थे बच्चों से कि हाथ नहीं मिलाओ. वो हाथ बढ़ाए जा रहे हैं और कह रहे हैं हाथ नहीं मिलाओ. और ऑब्वियसली अगर आप बच्चे हैं तो ये कॉग्निटिव डिसोनेंस है, बिकॉज आपको जो सोशलाइज किया गया है कि आपको बड़ों की बात माननी है, तो जो वो लफ्ज बोल रहे हैं इज के हाथ नहीं मिलाओ. ओके. बट देन जो विजुअल क्यूज दे रहे हैं कि अगर कोई बड़ा आपके से हाथ मिला रहा है, रिश्तेदार इन पर्टिकुलर, सो ऑब्वियसली आप हाथ मिलाएंगे उनसे. तो ये जब ये हाथ नहीं मिलाओ ना, लिटरली what I feel Indian cricket has been doing. Because एक तरफ मतलब obviously उन इंडिया के मुताबिक पाकिस्तान is behind terrorist attacks in India, which would suggest कि okay, you don't want to deal with this country or boycott or sanction or condemn or whatever, but आपको वो matches खेलने भी हैं. It was not entirely clear to me why, but अब वो खेलने भी हैं, but उस मैच में फिर हम हाथ भी नहीं मिलाएंगे, ट्रॉफी नहीं उठाएंगे, ये नहीं करेंगे. It's a completely surreal and absurd situation. और आई थिंक इसकी पीक जो मुझे जिस लगी थी, क्योंकि मैंने बहुत दफा यहाँ पे और प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे ये बात की है कि sports are ultimately meaningless, right? Like they give us a lot of meaning or value or whatever, but they don't have real life consequences. Like real life has real life consequences. ठीक है? मतलब खेल जिंदगी मौत का बिल्कुल भी सवाल नहीं, क्योंकि जिंदगी जिंदगी मौत का सवाल है. सियासत, जंग, these things have real world consequences, right? And you should not and cannot equate the two, because जब आप करते हैं तो you sound like an idiot. और उसकी मिसाल थी कि जी, अम, जब टूर्नामेंट जीता तो बीसीसीआई की तरफ से एक ट्वीट थी: 3 blows, 0 responses, मैसेज डिलीवर्ड. एंड आई वाज लाइक, क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं? आपका मैसेज क्या है कि आप टेररिज्म नहीं करें वरना हम आपको क्रिकेट मैच में हरा देंगे? लाइक it's so insulting, and it's so hurtful to the actual people who died, of whichever side of the conflict, to compare what happened there with like cricket matches being the required response or whatever, right? ये मैं मिसाल इसलिए दे रहा हूँ because when it comes in tandem the fact कि okay, you're accusing somebody of like terrorism or starting a war or whatever, but आप फिर उनसे मैच भी खेल रहे हैं, which again assumes that okay, things you're willing to share the space, but then while you're sharing that space, you're like, we won't do these like really perfunctory gestures which don't really mean anything, but they're supposed to send. Like, these are not the messages that make any sense. Anyways, the matches were happening, the matches will continue to happen apparently, but in the midst of all this gandagi and in the midst of what the Indian captain said कि भाई ये rivalry है ही नहीं, तो मैं यही सोचता कि क्या किस तरीके से rivalries खत्म होती हैं, right? Like when do rivalries stop being rivalries? And मतलब एक जो बात की कि भाई 13-0 या 10-1 जो भी जिस बेसिस पे वो रिकॉर्ड गिनवा रहा था, that has never been the reason for rivalries ending. मतलब अभी शुरू में ही मैंने वो सिटी और यूनाइटेड का जिक्र किया, and as I said कि like City's been historically the much worse team. उनकी rivalry जिंदा है. उसी तरह अगर आप क्रिकेट में ही रहें तो एशेज उठा के देख लें। लाइक मैंने अगर जो क्रिकेट देखना शुरू की इन द 90s ऑनवर्ड्स, सो फ्रॉम दैट द एशेज इन 1990 टिल इंग्लैंड विंस इन 2005, बीच में जो 13 साल थे उसमें ऑस्ट्रेलिया's record is like 24 wins and 6 defeats across 15 years. So, you know, that never stopped either side from being obsessed with the Ashes. And historically, Australia's won like one and a half times as many matches, but the rivalry remains. आप इससे बाहर उठा के भी देख लें तो मतलब बेतहाशा मिसालें हैं इसकी। लाइक अनदर वन स्टेइंग विद इंग्लिश फुटबॉल जो मुझे बहुत दिलचस्प लगती है एंड माइट बी रेलेवेंट ओवर हियर इन द इंडिया पाकिस्तान वन, वो है लिवरपूल और मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड। बिकॉज दीज आर द टू बिगेस्ट क्लब्स इन इंग्लैंड, सबसे ज़्यादा कामयाब क्लब हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा लीग इन दोनों ने ही जीती है। और ऐसी हर बड़ी लीग में टीमें जैसे रियल मैड्रिड, बार्सिलोना, बायर्न म्यूनिख, डॉर्टमुंड, इटली में यूवेंटस, इंटर और मिलान, एंड दे वन द मोस्ट काइंड ऑफ लीग्स। और इन ऑल दीज अदर लीग्स बहुत दफा यही हुआ है कि रियल मैड्रिड और बार्सिलोना आर 1 and 2 फाइटिंग फॉर द लीग, एक जीतता है एक हार जाता है। There've been many seasons like that in Germany as well, Bayern or Dortmund के खिलाफ। But interestingly, England में, I might be wrong, I read this a while ago, but there has never been a season जिसमें पूरे सीजन में the top two sides that were competing were Liverpool and Man U. Even though सबसे ज्यादा titles इन्होंने ही जीते हैं, but ये ऐसे ही हुआ historically कि जब लिवरपूल अच्छी है तो Man U बुरा होता है, और जब Man U अच्छी खेल रही होती है तो लिवरपूल बुरी होती है। This has happened across like over 100 plus years. And so I think there's not any full season in which there were two main rivals. You can have a situation like England and Australia where one team has always been better or has been better for like 89 years. You can have a situation like Man U and Liverpool जहाँ पे, you know, 10-20 साल के लिए एक अच्छी है, फिर 10-20 साल के लिए दूसरी अच्छी है. And there's thousands of other examples as well, right? So पहली चीज तो जो ही जब मैंने इसके बारे में सोचना शुरू की तो आई थिंक आई कुड रियली कंक्लूड इसके just because the score is lopsided, that doesn't end a rivalry. Rivalries can persist even if one team is much, much better and wins a lot more often than the other. अब पिछली किस्त में भी मैंने बात की थी कि स्पोर्ट्स आर नैरेटिव जनरेटिंग डिवाइसेस, और ये आई थिंक मैं प्रॉब्ली हर किस्त में ये मेंशन करूंगा। जस्ट बेयर विद मी ऑन दैट, और यू कैन जस्ट लाइक प्रेस द फॉरवर्ड बटन। बट कि अगर आप में एक नैरेटिव है तो नैरेटिव में ऑब्वियसली वही पहले भी मैंने कहा है कि वो जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है कि us versus them, winner and loser, two sides are competing, और फिर कोई जीत जाता है कोई हार जाता है, and that is a great kind of beginning middle end एक narrative है। तो obviously जब आप rivalries उसमें add कर देते हैं which have their own context and history and background, तो वो फिर obviously उस basic conflict becomes so much more interesting, because like, okay, this is two people are playing a really great game, but what if they were like best friends who now hate one another? Like you can make a movie out of that, which is what Challengers is. And you get what I'm saying, right? तो उस तरीके में ये जो context of sports and narrative and rivalry, I felt that actually, if we look at this past era, then Virat Kohli was the main reason that was keeping the Pakistan-India rivalry interesting and in a way alive. Now, on the face of it, this is an insane thing to say because Virat Kohli has absolutely destroyed Pakistan for most of his career. जो पहली दफा मुझे याद है जब मतलब 2012 या 13 में बांग्लादेश में वो फाइनल था, Pakistan had made like 300 plus and Kohli made 183 chasing, and it was just like this insane innings to watch. Um, but उसके बाद से भी he's been absolutely unreal. And a few days ago, somebody shared this collage of PCB ki tweets are always like the most boring, like the kind of the boringness that AI भी करने से छुपाता है कि यार लोग कहेंगे बहुत robotic है, तो वो कि जी XYZ is man of the match, hashtag Pagpi, whatever. So they just made a compilation with like the date stamps, and they were PCB tweets saying Virat Kohli is man of the match, hashtag Pak versus End. And those tweets start in like, I don't know, 2012, and they keep going all the way till 2025. And there's just a litany of insane performances from Virat Kohli, great performance from Virat Kohli, match-winning performance from Virat Kohli. I mean, let's be clear, when Virat Kohli starts playing for India around that time, like Pakistan and India are on vastly different trajectories, right? Like India is asserting and becoming the most dominant cultural, economic, political force in the game. Pakistan is exiled from home and has lost like a lot of its stars to a spot fixing scandal and is in this like horrible kind of situation. तो दोनों टीमों की वैसी ही trajectories काफी मुख्तलिफ थी. You know, if Kohli wasn't around, like India probably would have the exact same dominant record. Maybe just on paper, that's what that's it. There's nothing to say that it would be any different. Magar jo Kohli kara tha as one of the greatest players in the game, treating matches versus Pakistan as one of his greatest moments of displaying his magnificence, right? Like वही जो मैंने बात की है कि अगर sports narratives हैं तो फिर athletes in a way are also artists. And so Kohli was like dropping his like masterpiece albums, like his best songs, his banger tracks when he was playing against Pakistan, right? And these all these player of the match performances, like they lay testament to that, right? Like consistently every time, because you have to remember, right? Like once there's one bilateral series that Pakistan and India play, but other than that, like almost 20 saal se they're only playing at like tournaments. So they're playing A very, very infrequently, and B every time it's a high stakes match. And lots of people are watching and everything. And sure, lots of people step up, but Kohli always steps up, right? And Kohli doesn't need to step up. India is way stronger कि मतलब कुछ और भी कर सकते हैं. They can just kind of be bored and win this match. And sometimes, you know, there's that match I think in Eden Gardens where शुरू में जल्दी से 2-3 विकेटें गिर गई थी, and then Kohli just hits a 50 and wins the match on really low target or whatever. Like sometimes लगता भी था कि शायद अगर फिसले भी तो Kohli's there. You know, you don't have to worry. And that meant कि even when finally, after like this, long era of dominance, जब 2017 में एक छोटी सी उम्मीद की किरण आती है and Pakistan defeats India in a final. Again, that story, वो tournament Pakistan का, वो सब कुछ is this epic, insane, amazing, beautiful journey. But even in that final, Kohli somehow becomes the main character, right? क्योंकि सबसे पहले that really famous viral video that comes out in the innings break where some Pakistani has recorded Kohli and he shouts at him, कि, Kohli, नहीं होता तुझसे chase. Apologies if I'm quoting it incorrectly, मगर उसी वक्त I think वो फैल गया था Twitter, internet पे, and some people are like, jinx कर दिया, and some people are like, I can't believe I feel so alive. And then Kohli doesn't make the runs, but the fact that he's dropped and then he gets out the next ball is maybe the most iconic moment of Pakistan cricket in the 21st century. Nasir Hussain with like an all-timer on that, or that in that match, like I feel that is probably one of like, if not the best, like top 2, 3 moments of that final. It is Kohli getting out. और फिर फाइनली जब प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वगैरह हो रही थी, so Kohli, and maybe the greatest things that he did for Pakistan is that he's also treating the other Pakistani players as human beings, as friends, as people that he's actually having a good time with, which you can read whatever you like into it. But like I think the fact that Kohli was so prickly and so like, paddebaz and pangebaz with Goras um, made this feel just even more special. But even if it wasn't, like Kohli already at this point was like the most popular Indian player in Pakistan that I have ever seen in my life. And this was happening despite the fact that he would be destroying us all the time. But like, I would think about कि क्यों कोहली इतना मकबूल है, और obviously एक तरफ like he's good looking, he's married to a Bollywood star, he's successful, but at the same time like even the casualest of fans सब इंडिया पाकिस्तान तो देख ही लेते हैं, और पिछले 10-15 साल से कोहली kept destroying us, and you would think that that would make people stop being his fans, but the fact that Pakistani was still huge fans of his despite that. that I feel is जहाँ से मेरी insight आ रही है, because at some level we appreciated that he was treating us as worthy opponents, right? Like कि वो by raising his game to that level, Kohli was showing us that he cared, he respected about the Pakistan India games, and he made us feel special. I feel, because yes, they were processions and they were like kind of terrible one-sided matches for the most time, and we were really embarrassed and so on and so forth. But in the long run, it was that there's this guy who really feels that this is a big match. This is a big opponent, and that's a huge gift to give to Pakistanis. And I think the absolute beautiful part of this whole journey is कि 2017 की मैं अभी बात कर रहा था, उसके बाद फिर वर्ल्ड ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप पे मैच होता है, Pakistan lose, and then they play in the World T20, first time Pakistan beats India in a World Cup game. And then they meet again at the MCG. Again, like maybe one of the best games in cricketing history this century for sure. Or once again, it's Kohli versus Pakistan, right? Like this is basically the whole story of this era was Kohli versus Pakistan, and then they play this absolutely crazy game. The first time in a long time where it feels like okay, Pakistan ki team मुकाबला कर सकती है. They're good enough. They can beat them, and they play this insane game. But basically, Pakistan's team outplays India. They just can't defeat Kohli, right? And like the way he's playing it, I was reading this about Shohei Ohtani, baseball player, and he plays for the LA Dodgers, and everyone hates the Dodgers. But Ohtani is playing so great that somebody was like, "Yeah, uski greatest चीज यही है कि he makes you forget that you hate the Dodgers and you don't want them to win." That game in particular, I feel, you know, Pakistani fans' minds melt over it because obviously you want to win, you're desperate to win, but you're watching someone create history. And it's not just like किसी के तुक्के लगने, like this is the guy who has defined this era, who has been the real kind of, touchstone of this whole decade of cricket. चाहे जीत हो, चाहे हार हो, the highest moments, the lowest moments, they've all been defined by this one guy. And that game, I think, was like just the absolute peak of it. Like the crowd, the stakes, the fact that Kohli played the way he played. Because like Pakistan still go on to make the final, right? This is still a great team, and this game doesn't even derail them that much. And in fact, it just allows that same ye usko hara de, wo usko hara de wali calculations. But that game lives on, and it really gives you that sense that, oh wow, like this is what it feels like when the rivalry is like firing on all cylinders, right? तो ये कोहली के रिटायर होने के बाद इस rivalry is at a really crazy point, right? And it's this the actual wars happen, and like the sport is playing out as this bizarre proxy. Um, एंड आई वाज आजकल काफी दो तीन लोगों ने जिक्र भी किया है, जॉर्ज ऑरवेल का एक बड़ा मशहूर कोट है कि स्पोर्ट्स इज जस्ट वॉर माइनस द शूटिंग, राइट? एंड ऑरवेल famously hated sports, and he's like वही सारा जो jingoism or nationalism and all those toxic traits that come out at the time of war, those are replicated when sports के matches भी होते हैं, so all of that ugliness comes out. um, And I've always subscribed to the view given by Mike Marquesi, who, like Orwell, was also a socialist. He's an American. और उसकी किताब के बारे में मैंने अक्सर जिक्र किया है, which is called War Minus the Shooting. Because Marquesi was like, war minus the shooting, isn't that a good thing? Like, कि if these kind of adversarial feelings exist, and वो एक ऐसे arena में play out हो रही हैं जहाँ पे there's no shooting, for example, there's no these real world consequences, then that's probably a much, much better. Not probably, that's definitely much, much better, right? Like मेरी नज़र में भी चाहे दुनिया का जितना भी jingoistic and tainted and, toxic किस्म का match हो, it is infinitely preferable to even the shortest and quote unquote most humane war or whatever, right? Like the two things are not even on the same realm. And so in that way, like I feel that while sports can definitely be a stand-in for war and be a stand-in for like these really kind of, gross human tendencies, ultimately because it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing with real consequences. I feel that it is a good way of like kind of dissipating. Like I don't think my point isn't कि ये इसलिए sports खेलनी चाहिए ताकि हम जंग पे ना जाए. What I'm saying is कि the kind of those feelings are better if they're like spent obsessing about a cricket match than actually calling for war, right? And there are all much other great reason for sports as well, but this is, I feel, on the matter of politics. And because this has been how I've always thought about it, I was trying to make sense of what's happening right now because cricket ki administration has always been about the power of an empire or a nation state, and for the longest time it was like literally a colonial tool, and then like आजादी के बाद भी was बहुत अरसे तक imperial cricket council थी. And then in the 90s, this actually the book that War Minus the Shooting covers that era when like Asian teams are able to take away that commercial and economic center of cricket towards Asia. And then, as this needs this whole episode, but at some point, in the early 21st century, India becomes really powerful. And then India is able to use, again, the cricket as an extension of its political ambitions. ये सब कहने का मकसद यही था कि ऐसा नहीं है कि ओह अब इंडिया ने क्रिकेट को खराब कर दिया है क्रिकेट हमेशा से ये खराब था but even within cricket's bizarre way of doing things, this last year where we had like hybrid trophy tournaments के जी हम आप tournament host करेंगे but हम नहीं खेलेंगे but सबको यहाँ आना होगा. And then we get you're playing the tournament, you're not taking trophies or handshakes and whatever. Um, all of that has me really, it's really gross and it's really insane, but also okay, it just feels like, and it's been feeling like that obviously for a very long time. Maybe they'll come a point where they'll stop playing one another, right? Like अभी भी पता नहीं जो भी commercial compulsions हैं या जो कुछ भी big picture plan है बीसीसीआई और इंडिया का कि वो पाकिस्तान से क्रिकेट के मैचेस खेल रहे हैं, but it feels, or maybe, I fear that at some point they'll stop playing matches. And ultimately, जो मेरा सवाल जो मैं सोच रहा था ना कि when do rivalries end? Really, they end when you stop playing. It doesn't really matter if one team is better or worse, or it's very lopsided, or one team never wins. None of that matters. Rivalries stop being rivalries if you stop playing them. And किसी कोई यही मुझसे बोल रहा था कि यार बड़ा दुख हो रहा है तीनों मैचेस हार गए and I was like यार I'd much rather have a loss to mourn than to have no losses to mourn. Kohli made me realize that rivalries don't need to be very equal. जो जब स्काई ने पूरी जब मैंने कोट दिया था तो उसने तफसील में यही बात करा था कि भाई अगर दोनों टीमों को थोड़ा बराबरी होती है और अच्छा मैच होता है ये होता है वो होता है तब राइवलरी होती है बट एक्चुअली दैट्स नॉट ट्रू. Especially a rivalry like India and Pakistan that carries centuries and centuries of like context and subtext. Um, जब तक वो matches होते रहेंगे, there'll always be insane stories that come out of it. Like if one way of looking at it as Sky did was that this is just a one-sided era of dominance, but in that dominance, we saw one of the game's greatest players play some of his greatest innings in these occasions. And by doing so, he made the moment when finally दो दफा across 15-20 साल दो तीन दफा जब पासा पलटा भी है थोड़ी देर के लिए, each of those moments felt so epic because of how his presence had magnified everything that had come before that. Because you see, जब हम मैच खेल रहे होते हैं ना, like if you have a political beef with someone, maybe just don't play any sports with them. Because when you do play, it's not just कि आप मैदान में साथ उतर रहे हैं, but everyone who's following, we're all sharing an imagined space together, right? That imagined space is where we are all making sense of the story that's unfolding in front of us. जो मैच की जो narrative जिसकी मैं हर वक्त बात कर रहा होता हूँ स्पोर्ट्स की, तो जब वो हम मैच देख रहे हैं, तो हम सब एक साथ ही उस कहानी की मीनिंग निकाल रहे हैं, राइट? कि अब क्या हो रहा है, अब क्या होगा, और उस लम्हे में everyone, haters and lovers and everyone who's watching, is sharing that same imagined space, right? Or usme there's a possibility of experiencing joy in ways that will surprise you, right? Like and that 2022 game in the MCG was one example. So sharing that space that space where we are all at the same time invested in the same thing and making meanings out of the same thing. That is something really beautiful. That is something that is, I think, a great part of being humans. And it doesn't really matter jeet raha kaun hai, haar raha kaun hai, as we're getting to share that space together and share those meanings and share potential joy. When you stop playing, all of that can go away. So for all those years that you just gave us so much meaning, so many memories, and so much epic rivalry, Virat Kohli, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.